Hello and welcome. This is Faraz Hassan here, and in this video we are learning writing algebraic expressions 1. So if I write 2 plus 3, it is as 3 plus 2, and this is the specific way to write 2 plus 3, or you can say 3 plus 2. Both will give you the same result, both will give you 5. That's why addition is commutative. If we make it generalized, so if you make it generalized, or you can say abstract, it would be like this: x plus y is equals to y plus x, and that is addition is commutative. So from this statement we can say that suppose x is 2 and y is 3. They must be equal to y is 3 and x is 2, this way. So in a specific way we can say that suppose 45 to the power of 0, that is equals to what? 1. But in generalized or abstract statement we can write it as generalized or abstract. We can write it as a to the power of 0 equals to 1. So a means any number raised to the power of 0 equals to 1. But a cannot be 0. A cannot be 0. Like 0 to the power of 0 is not equal to 1. Whereas all the number raised to the power of 0 always equals to 1. Okay, now we are writing expressions. So suppose we have 12 and 4 there, two numbers. So you can write 12 plus 4 with it. The second way you can say 12 minus 4. In multiply you can say 12 times 4. And in divide you can say 12 divided by 4. And if you generalized it, for x and y, you can write first result as x plus y, second result as x minus y, and the third result is x times y. And the fourth result is x divided by y. So this is the way of writing expression. If you are supposing that x is 12 and y is 4, mathematicians do not write x multiply y. They often write it in this way, xy, instead of writing x times y. And for this one, x divided by, they use this fraction way, x over y. If the fifth result, we can write it as 5 times 12. 5 times 12, or here we can write it as 5 times x. So mathematicians do not use the sign of multiply, they just write 5x. Instead of writing 5 times x, they just write 5x. The sixth one is 12 times 5. or x times 12. But mathematicians do not write like this x12. They write 12x. Instead of writing x12, they write 12x. So that's the standard way we have to learn. You cannot write x times 12 as x12. You have to write 12x. The seventh one is 12 square, or you can say x square, or it may be like this 12 cube or x cube. Okay, now the question is write the expression that results from the following series of steps. Start with n and double it. So if you start with n and double it, how we can write it? You can just write n there, start with n because it says start with n, and double it. So make an arrow. You have to times it by 2, and that is n times 2. But or you can write n2, but you cannot write n2 there. Okay? That's the wrong way to write it. The correct way to write it is 2n. The second one is start with y and subtract 4. So if you start with y and subtract 4 means minus 4 there. So that would become y minus. Okay, write the expression that results from the following series of steps. Start with 10 and subtract x from it. So we will write 10, then make an arrow, subtract x from it. So that would be 10 minus x. The next one is start with p and triple it. So you have to start with p times by 3. So you can write p times 3, p3, but the correct way to write is 3p. You cannot write p3. That's wrong. You have to write 3. This one is correct. Start with p and multiply it by itself 3 times. So if you start it with p and multiply it by itself, multiply by p, so it will give you p square. If you multiply it by p again, p square times p will give you p3. So that is p cube. P raised to the power of 3 means p cube. Okay, next one, write the expression that results from the following series of steps. Start with x, triple it, and then subtract 3. So start with x, times by 3, make an arrow, times by 3. So that is 3x, and then subtract 3. So this will become 3x minus 3. Okay, the last one is write the expression that results from the following series of steps. Start with x, divide it by 3, and then add 2. So you have to start with x, make an arrow, divide by 3. So that would be like this, x divided by 3. We cannot write this one. That's the standard way, x over 3. And then add 2. So this will become x over 3 plus 4. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll continue from the next video.